and welcome. I'm so happy that you guys are here. The title of this session is The Voice of New China, and this is the debut of Jin Song, to my right, far right, and Simon Xia. So this is the very first time that they have ever spoken to an American sustainability audience. So we really appreciate them coming and doing this. We are going to have a very candid discussion. And of course, in all my years of working in the sustainability field, I have never attended a conference in which we had a Chinese factory manager, a Chinese product manager, and a US-based sustainability officer speaking in the same place. So this is very special, and you guys are part of history in the making, so I appreciate you being here. Now, as you can see, we are videotaping today, so please do hold your questions until after we make our presentation, and then we'll be happy to open this up for Q&A. Our speakers will describe through their own eyes how transparency is unfolding in really the biggest manufacturing powerhouse today, which is in China. And what one of the attendees mentioned earlier, there is mistrust about products made in China. There's a lot of questions. And so as we know, thousands of companies that manufacture in China, they do their very best to hide the fact. But my company, Metroflor, is in fact doing the very opposite. We are very open about it. We are setting the example for transparency, both on the product side, what's in the products, how they're made, as well as the worker experience and social responsibility. In fact, we are so comfortable with our factory partners that we have opened up our doors to our customers, and we invite them to come to our factories, and we show them the production areas where the employees live, all of these aspects. And that's really about as transparent as you can get. And I do want to mention that we are able to do this because we have a decades-long relationship built upon trust with our factory partners. And that is what facilitates this incredible discussion, in fact, that we're having today. So I'm going to go through a few slides and show you just a little bit about our company, and there's a brief video that shows you what the factory looks like and the people actually making the product. So let's continue on here. So Vertex is really our international holding company, and we do have locations throughout Asia, Europe, and North America. Now, my privately held company does offer a vast line of high-quality flooring and other decorative surfaces for our residential as well as our commercial customers. On the commercial side, we have the Aspecta brand, which was launched in 2014. I also want to mention that Halstead International is the company that sells a tremendous number of products through Home Depot, and this is mostly a new type of resilient flooring. We also have the Allure brand, which is sold through some online businesses. We do manufacture throughout Asia. As you can see on the photograph there, we have manufacturers in Korea, Taiwan, as well as in the Shanghai area and also south of Beijing. And here is a brief video that I wanted to show you.
The executive team at Metroflor, along with factory management, have committed to providing safe, clean, and healthy environments for all factory workers. In many instances, housing is provided by the factory. Preschool and after-school care is offered for workers' families, as are healthy meals and numerous recreational facilities. Creating a positive culture provides a good work-life balance for employees and instills them with pride in the contributions they make to Metroflor and our LVT products. Metroflor is very proud of the relationships we have forged with factory partners and the environments that we've created for their workers. Metroflor's commitment to transparency has made this virtual tour of the LVT industry's most extensive manufacturing operations possible. The pride and craftsmanship demonstrated by our workers and throughout our factories is essential to the beauty, durability, and safety of Metroflor products installed in homes and businesses around the world.
So that was your first look at what our factories are like. And so you're probably wondering, well, how do we do this? Because we are so far apart. There's many miles that separate us. We do visit one another a lot. Plus, we have these video conferencing cameras and equipment throughout many of our locations in Europe, the United States, and Asia. And we have many conference calls really on a weekly basis. So we do overcome the miles. Here's a photograph showing some of the customers enjoying one of the field trips that I mentioned. And we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that. But the customers that do come to the factories are always very impressed. And it's a rare opportunity, by the way, for an international customer base to be invited inside a Chinese factory. So at this point, I'm going to introduce our two guest speakers. First, I'd like to introduce Jin. So Jin Song is the second generation general manager of his family-owned Elegant Plastics company. So this company is located in Zhangjiagang, China, and Metroflor, my company, has an equity stake. Now, Jin has spearheaded many of the employee welfare policies at this company, and he has quite a responsibility because there are 1,100 employees that work there. And Jin manages all aspects of what takes place in that factory. He was born in Suzhou City in Jiangsu province, about an hour away from Shanghai. And his father, Mr. Song Sr., was the one that started this factory, and it was established in 1992. And now I'd like to introduce Simon Xia. So Simon is our Metroflor on-site manager at the factory. And he serves as the general manager of China, and he also is our sustainability coordinator. So he essentially is the on-the-spot liaison for anything having to do with the product and sustainability, including quality, testing. He also assists with product certifications, and we'll talk a lot more about how he obtains ingredients of the products. He also helps with customer relations. So if any of you ever take us up on our offer to come visit the factory, Simon will be there to greet you. He grew up in the countryside, the son of a farmer near the capital city of Hunan province. So I would love to hear from both Simon and Jin about their backgrounds, a little bit more about their education, and why they are interested in sustainability. And again, this is a very special view of two up-and-coming sustainability professionals from China. So Simon, yes.
Thank you, Rochelle. I hold a bachelor degree with a major in heat energy devices and equipment, and an MBA degree from China Europe International Business School. This school is located in Shanghai. I have been worked for Metroflor for almost 10 years now, and have worked for a few other multinational companies before joining Metroflor, such as Honeywell, the Home Depot, and Philips Lighting. Most of my past working experience are in the quality management and continuous improvement field, where I earned a green belt at Honeywell and a black belt at Philips Lighting. But at Metroflor, I'm putting more and more my time and efforts into sustainability. This is because on one hand, Metroflor has set a corporate strategy to move our company to the #1 sustainability leader position in the resilient flooring industry. On the other hand, I see there's a need and imperative to promote sustainability in China. In China, we are all concerned, like people everywhere, about clean air and clean water, which are no longer easy to have in a lot of places in China today. Over the past 30 years, the Chinese economy is growing at very fast speed, but the cost is a detrimental effect on the environment. Heavy smokes covers a lot of areas in China in winter times, especially in northern China. There is a 2014 environmental study revealed that 45% of the waters sampled and over 1 million acres of land were polluted by heavy metals or other toxic chemicals. And just last Wednesday and Thursday, a severe dust storm caused by climate change hit China badly. Over 20% of the land was impacted, and causing government to recommend that people should stay inside and keep their windows closed due to unhealthy particulate levels. So we can see sustainability is never so urgent and such an imperative in China, and I hope I could do something to protect our environment.
Thank you, Simon. And yes, so we saw some photographs of this dust storm, and really people could not even see in front of their faces. It was such dense particulate matter in the air. So Jin, yes, if you could talk to us a little bit about your background.
I graduated from University of Saskatchewan in Canada, and I hold a degree with a major in economics, and I have been working in elegant plastics for 10 years. Elegant Plastics is set up in 1992, so it has already been operating for 25 years. So as the second generation manager, I hope Elegant Plastics can keep growing for another 25 years. So when I was living in Canada for several years, I was very much enjoyed the air, the water, and the blue sky. So but when I came back from Canada to China, it's 10 years ago, the living environment in China was totally different from Canada. The air is not clean, the water is not clean, even the food is not 100% safe. So it was sad. With China economic grow rapidly, people are getting richer and richer. So naturally, Chinese people are more and more concerned about their living environment. So the good thing is the Chinese government has already started to set some policy to protect the environment. So as a manufacturer, as a part of the society, I think this is a responsibility for us to protect the environment. It's not only for us, but also for next generation, also for the world.
Yes. Yeah. So it's interesting that both of you have experienced other types of environment beyond China, and so you have something to compare the situation in China and the pollution there. Yeah.